What's up, everybody? Welcome to Rambo for Radio. I am your host, Gen T. Twitter and Instagram at GenT523, but nobody cares. It's all about YouTube, Gen T TV. Whew. Man, I have been in the gulag. Friends, so many things have happened. We just need to get right down to the business.
1 2 testing 1 2.
Woo.
1 2.
Let's get it.
1 3 1 3. No, big up to everybody locked in right now. Check in.
Friends, okay, so since the last time I have spoken to you, I have managed to go to watch Stars on Ice at the Anaheim Ducks Center. Then ate a foot-long burrito at Cali Tacos. What else has happened? My God. So many things. Oh, so many things. I've got to tell you, of course, if you want to see the videos of my extravagant time, you can go to Gen T TV on YouTube and check those out. They're there for you, among other things. Yeah, so it has been a busy time. I would have wished that I could have said that I stayed home this weekend because, the second I hit the road to go to visit with my friend Aaron and go see the Stars on Ice, I'm not joking you. I had probably just entered the freeway and my windshield was hit with the biggest rock I have ever seen. And with me being so poor, windshields are extremely expensive. They're not as cheap as they used to be back in the day. Back when I was still poor, but it was somewhat affordable to fix your windshield. I have a fancy smancy Corolla now, and this is gonna cost me a couple $100, like in the $500 to $1,000 range, because the Corolla has cameras in the windshield. So I'm like, damn, what would a poor person like me do who can't afford a windshield right now? We're gonna put some super glue in it. So I have 2 holes in my windshield, and I have sealed them up with super glue. Say a prayer for your girl. Because we too poor to get a new windshield right now. So that was exciting. And then, as I'm freaking the fuck out with a hole in my windshield, 2 holes. I got 2 holes, one for the plug and one for the low. I said, I didn't even want to be on the road. I was already so tired from open mat and just teaching and studying, and just I wanted a break, just to lay down. I just wanted to lay down and be in my jammies and watch UFC and Ronde Rousey return, So, but a friend was in need, and I said, hey man, I will support you. So, on my way to supporting my friend, I got hit with 2 holes in my windshield. And then to top it off, the worst fucking traffic I've ever been in, to just go to Orange County at 4:00 in the afternoon on a Saturday. It took me 2 hours. 2 motherfucking hours. The traffic was so bad, I almost called my friend and said, I'm not going to make it for the 7:00 because this traffic is so fucking bad. And I knew that I was going to have traffic when I got down to the Honda Center. I was having traffic in Fontana, 10 minutes from my house, fucking bumper to bumper traffic, okay? I was just like beside myself. I was like, I can't do this. I cannot fucking do this. I just want to go home. I just want to be in my jammies. I wish I never left my fucking house. My windshield's fucked. I don't have any money this sucks. So, managed to make it through the most ungodly, probably, I think of all of my driving years. I've been driving since I was 16 years old. And this Saturday, I'm going to be 42 years old. I've been driving since I was 16 years old. And this drive used to be a 45 fucking minute drive. And now all of a sudden, fucking 20 plus years later, I can't do the math. 20 plus years later, this is now a 2-hour drive. A 2-hour drive to get to fucking Orange County. Not even the beach. Get the fuck out of here, man. That's too much. I don't want to be there. I don't want to do this. So I managed to make it through the 2 hours of hell. And, because I'm just, so distraught. So disheveled. And so the way I know to get around traffic at, that whole area, Angel Stadium, Honda Center, all of that jazz. I know my way around that area because I go out there to get my hair cut. Okay, but when I go out there to get my hair cut, it don't take me 2 hours. Okay, I leave early in the fucking morning and I'm back before noon. So, I'm going the way, and the map, I look up on the map and, I see the way that I go, and then it was also telling me another way to go, but it was telling me that other way was going to be longer. So I'm like, duh, I definitely don't want to go the longer way. Let me go this other way. So I go my way that I normally go, and all of a sudden there's a ginormous multicolored parking structure, and I'm like, what the fuck is this? Where is the Honda Center? How come I can't park over off of this area on Coachella? What's going on? Okay, they now have turned. That Honda Center is now hell. Okay, they have turned that whole area into a ruckus. They're building a downtown entertainment area. And so this is going to have, the Honda Center, movie theater, rides, restaurants, businesses, events, the whole fucking nine. And it's just going to be this area where they're shutting the street down. They completely, you when you're on Coachella, you used to be able to turn onto the street. I think it was Douglas Road, which would run in between Coachella and Stanley Cup Way. Douglas Road is now barbecued. It's a goddamn fucking construction zone, which is soon to be some giant hangout entertainment center vibe going on there. And I'm like, what the fuck is this? It's already bad enough to park here. And now you put some fucking dumbass entertainment thing at the stadium. There's 2 stadiums here. They're across the freeway from each other. Why did you have to make this so fucking hard? What is wrong with Orange County? So I was like, ugh. So since I couldn't go that way, I had to spin around and go some other way, which was equally as fast, because if I would have went on Coachella, holy shit, it was a fucking nightmare, because there was an Angel game, which we fucking suck this year, once again, shocker. And there was a protest against the Angel game because the owner sucks donkey dicks and he won't sell the team. And the fans, we've had a fucking enough of this guy, okay? This fucking piece of shit. How do you do this to people? You just take people's money, you never make the team get better, and you take these players in, you kind of let them get decent, and you sell them for money, and you just keep cycling the cycle over and over again. You don't ever want to win a fucking World Series. You haven't won a World Series since 2002. You fucked us. You fucked us, Artie. Sell the goddamn team. So anyway, that's a whole nother story for another day. But I was like, okay, let me park in this structure. And I mean, this thing looked beautiful. This structure they got us parking in. And so I get out and I'm like, fuck. My windshield's fucked. I wanted to stop for food. Couldn't stop for food because traffic's so bad. I barely got there before the show started. So then I see the parking attendant, I try to ignore him, but I have to walk past him, and I was like, excuse me, sir, How much does it cost to park here? And he's like, it's free. And I was like, what? He's like, it's free, ma'am. And I was like, oh, you sure? I couldn't believe this beautiful structure was free to park. I mean, that doesn't make any sense at all. How is that possible? This magnificent, giant structure is free to park, huh? He's like, yeah, it's free. And I was like, okay, thanks. So that was so easy. Then I walk up and I'm just in a state of shock that Douglas Road is gone. And it is now an entertainment center. I can't. Oh man, I sound like an old lady. I'm just like, there's nothing entertaining about a bunch of multicolored lights and a multicolored parking structure. And you already got the movie theater less than a block away. So now you're going to put them out of business so you can have this fancy one here. None of this makes sense. So I'm just like, man, come on. It's a money grab. It's a money grab. So I'm just like, yeah, fuck your entertainment center. Bring my Douglas Road. I had a nice parking spot on Douglas Road. Oh, but it's too late. 2027, the grand opening of the downtown OC event center thing or whatever. And then, they got that silver piece of poop thing. That's the bus depot that they light up at night. Oh my God. It's just people with too much money and all the ideas, and they're not great. But anyhow, so I get there and parking's situation's over. I'm still trying to calm down. My windshield's fucked. And I go to cross the street, and there's a sea of people in line, to go to this ice skating thing. And so I'm with my friend who's not there. He has our tickets. And so I was just like, okay, there's like no place to wait. So I was just going to wait in this long line. And I figured by the time the long line dwindled down, my friend would arrive. But security was like, no, this line's too long. Go to the overfill line. And I was like, okay, I'll go there. Even though I didn't want to go there. I wanted to wait in line. My friend's not here. I don't have a ticket. So they sent me to this express line. And I'm like, what the fuck? I'm not trying to get in here fast, man. Hello? Can't you see? I'm watching the fights on my phone. Like, I got time. And they sent me to the fucking express line, and shocker, it's an express line. People get in there faster. Even though there was no pay difference, it was the same thing. They just opened up an express line just to get people inside. They didn't want people hanging around outside. Because the area is still a construction zone, so they don't want people to get hurt. So they're just rushing everybody inside. So I get to the front of the line, and I get to security, and I'm like, hey, so there's not really a place for me to hang out here. My friend has my ticket. Is there a place I can just wait? He goes, yeah, okay, yeah. Just stand here and wait for your friend. Okay. And I was like, cool. So I'm just standing next to this giant hockey puck potted plant thing, and I'm just like, I'm kind of bummed that the Ducks didn't win their game. I was hoping they really beat the Golden Knights, even though I'm a Red Wings fan. The Ducks are my number 2 team. So I was just bummed that, just 48 hours prior, they were getting their ass stomped out by the Golden Knights. So I'm just standing there watching the fights and just thinking like, you stupid Ducks, you couldn't get it together. And so the express line empties out, obviously because it was the express line and they did their job quickly. And then so security goes, okay, so, if my boss comes over here, and they close the gate, I'm going to have you leave this area and buy a ticket to get in. And I was just like, okay. Like, I'm not going to buy another ticket, dude. Like, I already have one. Why would I buy another ticket? My ticket's on the way. So, of course, eventually, because traffic is so bad, my friend gets caught in traffic. And, of course, they close the gate. So then security goes, yeah, so any ETA and your friend. And then, of course, he calls me and I have him on the phone. And then I hear security tell me, so he goes, yeah, so you're not going to be able to wait here. And like I said, if my boss comes up over here, you're going to have to buy a ticket. And I was just like, not going to do that. So I was just like, you know what? I'll walk back to my car. Fuck this. Like, you can't make me do anything. I'm an American citizen. This is America. This is America, Jack. And if you're going to try and charge me for another ticket, I am hopping that gate and getting out of here and going back to my car. Fuck y'all. So, I was cool. I had my friend, listening. And I was like, oh, okay. He's saying that I might have to buy another ticket because you're not here. And he's like, I'm this many miles away. And he goes, oh, and I go, oh, you're this many miles away. And he tries to like give him directions of which way to take so he didn't get stuck in the traffic, but it was already too late. So it's like 15 minutes till the show starts. My friend is desperately trying to get in there. And so the guy goes, yeah, so we're going to close this lane. So I'm going to have to have you go wait on the other side of security for your friend. So I start walking over to the other side of security, and then this hola mami, mucho gusto, some hola mami, some Polly Pocket comes up to me and goes, hey, excuse me, how'd you get in here? And I was just like, I've been standing here for 45 minutes. I'm waiting for my friend with my ticket. And she's like, how'd you get in security? I was like, he told me to stand here. So I'm standing here. And she goes, oh, well, you're not supposed to be here. And I was like, unless you have a ticket. And I was just like, and I do have a ticket. It's not here right now. My ticket is parking. And so I said, this security guard told me to go stand over here. So I'm standing over here. And she goes, no, you can't be in this area unless you have a ticket. How did you get past security? And I was like, you are so lucky that I will do anything a Latina woman tells me to do. Because if you or anybody else, I was ready to stomp this bitch out. I was like, yo, I'm trying to be patient. I'm following exactly what you guys are telling me to do. And security over on the north gate told me to fucking come over here to the east gate and stand here and wait for my fucking friend because y'all are closing the north gate. So I was like, I just said it politely. I was like, ma'am, your staffer told me to come to the next gate because you guys were closing the express one. He told me to just wait here. I have not attempted to go inside the building without a ticket. Okay, I'm just standing here in security. But just because the fact that I was behind the other security gate, she was fucking spazzing out. And then this fucking two black dudes come up. One of them's got dreadlocks. He's like, German, how'd you get behind there, man? And I was like, Bumbleclot Rasta. German, right by the beach. I was like, bruh, that dude over at that gate told me to stand here. I don't have my ticket. I'm waiting for my ticket. And they're like, you can't be back here. How'd you get back here? They, trying to be all crazy with me. I'm like, why are you guys getting buck wild at a fucking ice skating event? Okay, chill the fuck out. Okay, I'm just like, yo, I'm on the phone with my friend who has the ticket. I'm just waiting for him to park his car. And you got to wait on the outside of the security thing. You can't be back here. And I'm like, cool, just tell me where to stand. I'm not trying to cause a problem. The only people who are trying to cause a problem are you three. Fucking Bob Marley over here and fucking Cameron and fucking Selena here. All y'all causing a scene, making a scene, yelling at me. And all I did was just stand there. Guy told me to stand there. I'm standing here. And then he told me I can't stand here anymore. He told me to go stand over here. So that's what I'm doing. So then eventually my friend shows up when the show starts. And, of course, we come through security and they're just looking at me. And I'm like, yup, got my ticket. Yup, got my ticket. I'm like, Jesus fucking Christ, man. I have never been yelled at so much for nothing. I mean, just what kind of fucking power trip are these people on? And then has the nerve when I'm leaving the show to tell me, have a good night. And I said, you too. Y'all have a good night. German, you'll have a good night. And I was like, yep, you too. You're fucking idiots. You're fucking jackass. For some reason, they thought I was like fucking gate crashing, even though security was the one that let me behind the gate in the first place. You motherfuckers. I tried to tell you I didn't have a ticket from the start, and they made me go in the express line. And then when they found out I didn't have a ticket, dude said, stay here. And then when they closed the fucking gate because the show's starting, he goes, well, obviously you can't stay here, so go to the other gate. I'm like, oh, fuck. I'm following the rules this whole time. And this fucking guy, Jaman, you can't be here. And then little fucking Selena come up here. Ah, bitty bitty bamba, how'd you get back here? Ay, come on, let's duele. I'm like, girl, back up. You're lucky I like little Polly Pockets. Otherwise, I'll stomp you out right now. Rastaman won't be able to handle me over there, okay? Fucking Cameron and Bob Marley over there, they're not going to be able to handle me when I get my hands on you, lady. I'm telling you. So I was like, you know what? I am following whatever you say. I love my Ola mommies. If you're telling me I need to wait outside of security, that's what I'll do. Okay? I'm just simply doing what I was told by your other colleague. I'm in charge here. Blah, 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 blah. Okay, baby girl. Well, tell me, and it's like, tell me where you want me to stand because I'm just doing what I'm told. I'm waiting for my ticket. And then when my ticket arrived, they was looking at me like they couldn't believe I had a ticket or something. I was like, what the fuck is this? I want to be in my bed. My fucking windshield's fucked. You think I wanted to drive anywhere after getting fucking holes in my shit? No, bitch, no. I want to go home. And that was literally fucking, that shit happened 2 miles from my house. 2 fucking miles. Ugh. I was pissed. I was like, all right, let me just get through this. Lord Jesus, let me get through this. So, so show starts. Skating's incredible. Obviously, I know Ilya. What's my name? Ilya Malinin, Olympic gold medalist, figure skater, who is also known as the Quad God, who is one of the handful of people who can do a quad on the ice. And the quad is basically a triple axle turn with 1 more spin. Quad. It's 4 spins, which is incredible. The man is unbelievable, and it is a treat to watch in person. I mean, I've been watching him on TV, but it was nice to see it in person. And I was so happy that my friend was happy. And then I got to see Ilya, and then 9 o'clock rolls around. It's time for Ronde Arouse Me and Jeannie Carano, but we get to that a little bit later. But I was watching the fights on my phone, and I gotta say, the skating that I was seeing, I was just like, you know what? I'm kind of glad that my phone froze. I was having trouble with Wi-Fi. Ilya killed it. The whole squad killed it. $60 for a t-shirt, though. I was a little disturbed by that price. I'm like, yo, it cost me $50 in gas to get here with all the traffic, and now you want me to spend $60 to get a shirt? Hey, go fuck yourself. Stars on Ice. That is a goddamn $10 t-shirt, and you're printing some half-ass pictures of everybody on there for $60? Yeah, no, that's not happening. So, but I did have to leave early because I had to go to work, and I'm glad we left early because the Angels game was going on. And the event, the drama, just getting inside with all these people, some 60, 50,000 people there. I don't fucking know. Thousands of people there. My friend and I made the best decision that we should leave early so we didn't get caught in the crowd. And boy, was that the best decision ever, because since we left early, left at 9, Left super easy. I mean, the way I left through the entrance. That's how early it was. The cops weren't even there yet to tell me no and cite me for driving on the wrong side of the road, because that's what I was doing. I was like, I got to get the fuck out of here. I don't care. If I knock over some cones, I got to get the fuck up out of here. I was like, there's going to be a sea of people leaving, and I don't want to take another 2 hours to get home. So got out of there, and then was just like, he's like, you know what? I've just had the day of all days. Take me to Cali Tacos. So I fucking drove over to Cali Tacos, and of course, driving over to Cali Tacos, I had to cut through the traffic at the Angels game. Jesus fucking Christ, what a nightmare. Over there protesting, the Angels fucking losing badly. It was a nightmare. And so Cali Tacos is on the same street as Angel Stadium, so I was just like, you know what, Lord? If it's meant to be, you'll get me there. And I got there, and it was totally worth it. I got my foot-long burrito with steak, shrimp, fries, rice, avocado, pico de gallo, beans, cheese, double tortilla. I mean, it took me today's Monday. I started eating that burrito on Saturday night. I didn't finish the burrito till Monday. Yo, when I finished the burrito today at lunch, and I purposely ate it on my break because I knew if I would have eaten it on lunch, I think I would have died. I almost died eating the rest of that burrito, okay? I ate the other half of the foot-long burrito on Monday. I bought that shit on Saturday. I had like 8 bites, and I was like, I'm done. I'm going to die. I don't want to crash. I got to make it home. Lord knows how long of a journey home, which normally used to be a 45-minute fucking drive. It's now like an hour and 15 because of all the traffic, construction. And then if there's accidents like there were on Saturday, 2 hours, right? So I said, Sunday, we're going to get down on this burrito. So breakfast, I cut me a piece and ate it. And I was like, we're good here. And then lunch, cut me a piece. We're good here. Dinner, cut me a piece. We're good here. Monday lunch, the last half, I should have cut it another piece and saved it for dinner because I ate it earlier on my break and I thought I was gonna die. I was like, oh my God, I'm gonna die. This is too much food. I'm gonna fucking die. It tasted so good, but it was just so much food. I was like, God. And then I remembered why it's been a year since I've had that burrito because it's a foot fucking long. Like, when you're eating it, it's like a food journey, right? But at the same time, when you're eating it, you're like, fuck, I don't know if I'm gonna make it. So I understand why it's called the angel burrito, because you're gonna die and go to heaven. Oh my days. I don't know how, but I finished the burrito. But I was like, yeah, see you next year. I can't eat this again. Oh my God. If you get the foot-long burrito, you have to share it with people. Don't try and eat that shit by yourself. If you do, like, you're dumb like me, it's going to take you days to eat it. Just, you've been warned, okay? Unbelievable. So, glad I got that out of the way. And then, of course, back to work. And, I've been kind of just down and out because I didn't get the holiday off. And I really would like to go to jiu-jitsu with my friends. There's no class. It's just rolling. And I love to roll. And I didn't get the day off. And I'm just like thinking of how I can get out of work and not go stand there and waste my fucking time. Okay? Because, I'm full-time. So I get paid regardless whether I'm there or not. So if I'm going to get paid, why would I want to stay there and work? I don't want to work. Come on. This is ridiculous. So your girl's going to think of something. I'm going to bust out. Next Monday, we're going to bust out of work. I don't know how, where, when. We're going to figure out something. We're going to get out of there. So Monday comes along and, Monday, like any fashion, Monday is just such a strange day because, the weekend's over. It's kind of sad. You had fun. And now back to work, jerk, right? But I try to ease that pain by going to work on Sunday because Monday wouldn't be so bad. But Monday was probably the worst Monday in a long goddamn time. You know why? Because customers of the week. We had an eleganza extravaganza, an all-star bash of crazy ass customers show up at the same time. Not even the same day, different times. Same time. Okay, I came back from lunch, 3:00, and I walk in the store, and I see an older gentleman, and so he asks for some help. He wants dick pills. This man is probably 80, 85, 90 years old. He wants his dick pills. Whatever, fine, don't care. No judgment. Do you, boo-boo? I'm not sucking it. Leave me the hell alone. So, I go to get his pills. And then, because they're in a cabinet where there's no register around, I have to take the things up front because people steal things. So we keep them locked up. So I go behind the cabinet, I get the stuff, and I walk to the front. And when I come by, he goes, Hey, what are you doing? And I was like, excuse me, sir? Hey! If I hadn't done this 100 times, I wouldn't have known what you're doing. You're supposed to say they'll be up front for you. And I was like, excuse me? He goes, you took my stuff out of the counter and took it to the front of the register. And you didn't even tell me where you were going. And I was just like, it just reminded me of fucking Lock, Stock, and Two Smoking Barrels. I'm like, is this some white cunts joke us black cunts don't get? Because I ain't fucking laughing. I was just like, man, dude, I don't want to say he's trying to be racial, but is he trying to make this a racial thing? I don't understand. So I was like, sir, I really don't understand. I'm getting something out of the cabinet. So I try to explain it to him. I'm like, I'm getting something from behind a cabinet, a locked cabinet, mind you. It's not going to go in your hands. So naturally, if you've asked me to get something out of a cabinet for you, you clearly understand that it's going to go up front to a register, correct? He goes, well, you never said anything. And I have more shopping to do. And I was like, that's fine. They're going to hold it for you, sir. Because, again, I'm not going to put it in your hand. I just took it out of a locked cabinet. And that would defeat the purpose of a locked cabinet, would it? He goes, if I hadn't done this 100 times, I wouldn't know what you're doing. And I said, well, sir, there's no cashier at the cabinet, is there? And he goes, well, no, but I'm saying you need to tell me what you're doing. You just walked off with my stuff. And I said, well, sir, like you said, you've done this 100 times. So you would know that the 100th time, the 101 time that you have purchased this product, you have to go through a register to get it. He's like, well, you need to do better about telling me where you're going with my stuff. If I was a new customer, I wouldn't know what you're doing. And I said, well, all you would have to do is ask. That's why I said, hey, what are you doing? And then I said, I have to put your stuff up front. I mean, this guy was just being a fucking asshole to be a fucking asshole. And I was like, you know what, dude? Like, I get it. Your dick doesn't work. You're trying to bone some ladies at the nursing home. And, you're soft. So you have to buy 20 dick pills. 20. Yes, this gentleman bought 20 fucking dick pills. 85 years old, 20 fucking dick pills. And then he goes, after all of that, air quotes, scolding, this fucking whatever he was doing, he goes, I have a list of things I need to purchase. And I was like, good for you. He's like, are you an expert on nuts? And I was like, yeah, you are one. Okay, you are a fucking nutter, a full-on nutter, okay? How the hell do you get to tell me that you don't know what's going on, even though you know what's going on. If I was a new customer, I wouldn't know what you was doing. But you just said you've done it 100 times, so you know what I'm doing. I'm taking your product to the front. You can't purchase it at the cabinet. There's no register over there. There's no cashier there. There's no credit card machine there. It's a locked cabinet. So you know full and well it's not going in your fucking basket. It's not going in your hand. Case in point, somebody gave those, that was $200 worth of product. Somebody gave those pills to a fucking young guy, and guess what? He fucking took them. He pretended to go up front to the register, and then he walked back to the back of the store, stuck them in his pocket, bought a drink, and left. And the worst bit was he was a member, so we knew his information. He shops there regularly. And he fucking stole a $100 product. So I'm not going to be responsible for two $100 products going in this guy's basket without being paid for. So I'm doing my motherfucking job. You got a problem with that? You can talk to my boss. I need an expert on nuts. I'm like, yep, you are one. What is it? He's like, I need Brazil nuts. I need this, blah, 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 blah. Can you? And I was like, yeah, sir. So I actually work in vitamins. So you can get all the nuts you want, you little nutter, at the bulk bin area away from me. Goodbye. Pleasure talking to you. Get out of here. I was just like, Jesus fucking Christ. And then right after that, things could not get any worse with blue hat, blue jeans, blue shirt guy. Fucking Wayne, bitch ass Wayne comes in. Fucking Bruce Wayne, bitch ass Bruce Wayne. And, anytime he comes in the store, I've been privileged enough to see him ahead of time so I don't have to engage with his stupidity. Because last time we had an incident, I nearly came to blows with this man. I mean, I literally almost smacked the shit out of him. And if you don't recall, let me tell you a story. Mr. Bruce Wayne over here. For some reason, he wanted to yell at me one Christmas about how our pie crust didn't have they had red palm oil in it or something, and red palm oil isn't sustainably harvested and it's not digestible and whoop-de-fucking-whoop. I was like, dude, you don't have to buy it. Go somewhere else or make it yourself. And then he claps back at me and goes, well, I can't make it myself. And I was like, what do you mean you can't make it yourself? Logistically, I don't have the logistics to make a pie myself. And I was just like, the fuck you don't? I was like, you got a trunk and buy a rolling pin at Dollar Tree for $1. Get the fuck out of my face with this. Because I was like, I'm not putting up with this dude. Like, you can come up in here yelling at me. You got a problem with pie crust? Call the fucking company. Get out of here. We work in vitamins. Leave us alone. And my two coworkers were like, looking at me like, oh my God. Chin's fucking snapping. And I was ready to pounce on this dude. I was just like, brother, I'm tired of you. He gets in my face. I'm just like, it's been 23 fucking years of this guy's garbage. Just nonsense. Every time he comes in the store, it's always a fucking challenge. Everything is a challenge, a fucking pop quiz. I just had enough. So ever since then, then come to find out, I did find out that he logistically didn't have the area to make a pie because this motherfucker is so focused on coming in and quizzing our staff that he showed one of our staffers that he has a hole in his fucking kitchen, like mold and shit. And I was just like, bruh, get the fuck out of here. You want to act like you a scholar in here, quizzing everybody about their knowledge and testing everybody. Meanwhile, this motherfucker got a hole in his kitchen and it's got mold everywhere. I'm like, man, go fuck yourself. Jog off, you fucking prick. So, all these years, ever since that last Christmas, I bitch slapped your ass. I was ready. I was fucking ready. So ever since last Christmas, I see him and I go the other way. I don't even want our eyes to meet. I make sure I see him before he sees me and I disappear. I motherfucking disappear because I don't get paid to be quizzed. All right. I already went to school. I graduated. I got my shit on the wall here. You're not my teacher. You're not my boss. You're a customer. It's one thing to ask questions, but it's another thing when you want to come in here and battle. Like, nah. You want to do that on the private time? You want to battle? You can come and see me at 821 West Colton Street, bitch. We can battle on the mats all day, Jack. I don't want to do that at work, okay? My job is to educate you and tell you where stuff's at. I'm not here to battle with you, okay? You want to argue about studies? You got the wrong motherfucker. So, anyway, blue hat, blue shirt, blue jeans, blue jacket sees me. I saw him wandering around the store, and I was just like, ugh. What are the chances? First, old guy with the fucking dick pills and his nutty behavior, and then now this. So, I was like, great. So, I was just trying to work, mind my own business. And he goes, hey, I haven't seen you in a while. Where you been? I was like, I've been here. Any other questions? Check out the brains on Brad. Any other questions, you fucking Momo? I'm like, what is this? I don't go to Target and fucking quiz their workers like, haven't seen you in a while, reporting for duty. Like, I'm not going in here and be like, where do you guys ethically source this cotton for your Target brand shirts? I go in there, I grab what I need, and I fucking leave. If I need some help, I ask somebody. Somebody don't know the answer, we'll find somebody who does know the answer. Otherwise, I don't bother nobody. I keep to myself, my own fucking business. Something about my work, people just want to be in your business, telling you some dumbass shit. So, I haven't seen you in a while. And I was like, I've seen you, and I've been here. And I walked away. I was like, what? Get the fuck out of here, man. I don't have time for this. You're not my boss. You're not my dad. You're not my brother. But you are a motherfucker. And speaking of motherfuckers, right after him is this old man who comes in there every day, who is just, I know he gets it to escape from his wife. She's in the car. He comes in there every day, and it is just a fucking, it's serial killer vibes. Hey, kiddo. Hey there, kiddo. I love the Lord. Take this prayer coin. Hey there, kiddo. How much you bench press? You look strong. Hey there, kiddo. It's the same thing every day, every time. And then on top of that, will interrupt me and other staffers while we're consulting with other customers. And he's like, hey, what's everybody buying here? Hey. It's just like, my guy, we get it. Hey, I was a cop. Hey, 36 years. Hey, I was a cop. Blah, 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 blah. Hey, I spelt out Jesus in the riverbed, and San Bernardino PD made me take it down. What's up with that? I love the Lord. I was a cop. Hey, kiddo, how much you been? Like, just over and over and over again. It's like, brother. Hey, is the owner here? Hey. Like, my guy, just come in here and fill out your honey-do list because your wife's in the car waiting for you and leave. Get the fuck out. We don't need no stories about you as a cop, you love the Lord, how much you bench. Shh. Be quiet. Just come in here, shop, grab your stuff. You know what? What would be great if he just said hello. Just keep it to hello. Why do we need a fucking story every time we see this guy? Why can't he say, hey, hello, how you doing? Great, good to see you. Take care. Easy. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. No. It's, hey, kiddo, how much you bench? Hey, kiddo, when I was your age, I could bench this. Hey, kiddo, I love the Lord. Here's a prayer coin. Hey, kiddo, I used to be a cop. Hey, kiddo. Okay, we get it. We get it, man. We've had enough. We've had a fuck enough, okay? Please, hey, kiddo, somewhere else, okay? And then, just when I didn't think it get worse. I mean, all of these guys were back to back. No break. All crazies, all at the same time. I would turn, there's another one. Turn, there's another one. Finally, I managed to hide from Hey Kiddo. I literally just walk away. I turned my back and just walked away from him. I said hello and goodbye. I'm not engaging in a conversation with you because it's weird. Dude, just chill. Just relax. It's just fucking weird that you have to control the narrative all the time. Just when I didn't think it could get any worse, my arch nemesis. I mean, we're talking this guy, we go back to the days of me starting there, and he has just been an absolute just cretin, a fucking pussyo, pagan cretin, a preposterous cretin of a person. Okay. I'm sure he's a nice guy, but it's very passive aggressive when he speaks to you. And then on top of that, he laughs at you. So he'll ask you some bizarre question, and then he goes, hee. So I haven't seen him in a long time because we discontinued one of the things that he used to buy, which was terrible. It was like calcium carbonate, which is garbage calcium. You give calcium carbonate to a dog. And he said, calcium carbonate is the best calcium you can get for your body. That's his little laugh. So I call him, we've always called him Hee Hee Guy. So sure enough, he asked me a question. He's like, I have a question on the TL. And I was like, okay, well, you can ask me here. What's your question? So I can look it up at the computer so we don't fucking walk 3 aisles over. And it's a question I could have answered right where we're at. He's like, can you come with me to the TL? And I was like, oh, fuck, motherfucker. I thought this guy died. Because all he was buying was cases of calcium carbonate. And that shit's bad for your bones. Terrible. You don't digest that. And I was like, what's your question? I kept asking him, what's your question here? No, I need to go over there. So we go over there, which I already knew was going to be a waste of my fucking time because he was asking about a tea we don't have. And I could have told him that at the computer. Do you have this tea? I was like, nope, we don't. You can order it on this website. Goodbye. Oh, but I need a bunch of stuff. I was like, what do you need? I need this on aisle 5. I need that, aisle 4. I need this, aisle 2. Goodbye. I'm deaf. You're going to have to talk into my phone. I was like, okay. Aisle 5, 4, and 2. Goodbye. So we somehow made it back to the aisle, and I started to walk away from him, and he goes, do you remember me? And I said, motherfucker, who could forget you, Hee Guy? You're the only motherfucker who asks a question and laughs after everything. Who could forget you? I was like, fuck. He's like, yeah, so, I want to know if this, because, this thing I used to buy it, and I want to know if the FDA got rid of it. I said, sir, you'd have to call the FDA or the company. I don't know. If it's here, we have it. If we don't have it, it's on order. If it's not coming on our order, the company doesn't have anything to send. And so, he was like, well, how come you don't know? I said, well, because the people in charge don't provide me with the answers here. He's like, I'm just trying to ask you a question and I can't get a straight answer out of you. I was like, okay, sir, well, this is the reality of the game. There are certain things I'm legally not allowed to say, and I'm not going to make any claims. So it's up to you. You decide. You do what you want to do. If you don't want to wait, go online and order it online. Have a nice day. Where I've been coming here a long time. I was like, yes, I'm fully aware. He goes, yeah, so, does sugar expire? And I was like, The sugar we sell here has an expiration date. Does sugar expire? No. He goes, does baking soda expire? And I was like, okay, sir, again, everything we sell in this building has an expiration date because we're required by law to have an expiration date. Whether or not it expires, I said, you can Google it yourself. And he goes, I'm deaf. I can't hear what you said. And I was like, and then he puts his phone in my face and I went, Google it. I was like, fuck you, man. I ain't down with this shit, bro. I don't know what you're trying to do with fucking stunts you're trying to pull. You laughing after every little statement you got to say. I'm good. We're good here. He goes, well, you seem to not give me a straight answer here. And I said, yes, because I'm not allowed to say certain things legally. So you can make the decision yourself. I'm not at liberty to say for certain things. I said, I'm just a health educator. And he goes, yeah, well, I've cured myself of cancer 4 times and I'm not a doctor. You know when you know things, but you know you're not an expert, but you know what to do. And I was like, how would you know you have cancer if you've never been to the doctor? I haven't been to the doctor in 20 years. I had prostate cancer, thyroid cancer, and colon cancer. When I finally went to the doctor, he said, when was the last time you was at the doctor? And he said, 20 years ago. And the doctor, he jumped back. And I said, I healed myself. I don't need no treatment. The treatment is poison. I was like, all right, man. You healed yourself. Good for you. Take care. And he goes, well, you need to tell me what is the best fertilizer to use so I can grow my vegetables. And I was like, you'll have to Google that. I said, I'm not an agriculturalist. Okay. I don't work in agriculture. You'll have to Google that. He goes, well, I'm not a doctor, but I know how to heal myself from cancer. You should know the right fertilizer to use to grow vegetables. And I was like, again, I don't grow vegetables. I'm not into agriculture. I sell vitamins. If you have a question about vitamins, I'll do my best to help you. But as far as regards to fertilizer and agriculture, I do not know. You'll need to check in with a farmer. Have a nice day. He's like, well, you can know something and not be an expert in something. I've had cancer and I healed myself. I'm like, yes, good for you. Good for you. Leave me the fuck alone. I can tell you, Hee Hee Guy, that was the end of it. I was ready to fucking walk out. I'm like, you know what? I'm taking an early fucking leave. Get the fuck out of here. I'm not dealing with this shit, okay? I get paid pennies on the dollar to fucking talk to this Momo, okay? I don't want any part of this guy. Hee Hee Guy, everything he said, and then we weren't done. This was like a 45-minute consult of him just coming back to me, interrupting other customers to ask me dumbass questions. And one of them, he had 2 bags of bee pollen. One was a half a pound, one was a pound. The only difference was the color, but there was no difference in the material and what they do. Excuse me, what's the difference between these two? One has this white label and one has a blue label. I said, nothing. This is the old label, this is the new label. Other than it being 1 pound and half a pound, what's the difference? I was like, again, I just told you, one is a white label, which is the old label, the blue one is the new label. You're not understanding what I'm saying. The color of the pollen is different. And I was like, the color of the pollen is different. However, nutrient-wise, there's no difference between the two. You can pick an older package or a newer package. Oh, well, you don't understand what I'm saying. I'm saying the color is different. Besides the weight and the label, the color of the bee pollen is different. And I really was so close to doing the old Uncle Buck, like, ever heard of a ritual killing? I was like, motherfucker, man. Bro. I'm gonna need you to leave me the fuck alone. We're getting close. You're getting to the wire here. Then the final straw, he came up to me. He goes, "Where's your tea tree oil?" And I was like, "It's right in front of your face right here, sir. Have a nice day." He goes, "That's not the one I buy. It's this color." And I was like, "Well, the only one that's missing is this color." And it was the color he was describing. I enlarged it on my phone and I showed him. I said, "This is the missing product. This is what you're looking for. It's this color." And it matched the color he was pointing to. He goes, "That's not it." I was like, "You red motherfucker." And I was like, "Well, I guess you're not getting it. Goodbye." I was like, "Well, no, we're done here. We're done here. We're fucking done here." I took a break. I was like, "I need a break. It's a emergency. I got to get the fuck away from these weirdos." What the fuck? Oh, man. Crazy fucking Neo Maxi Zune dweeby customer after the other. Just like weirdo old guy with the dick pills. Hey, kiddo. Blue hat, blue shirt, blue jeans, blue jacket guy. And then Hee Hee Guy. I was like, oh, no. This is the end. I need a break. I can't do this. I thought Hee Hee Guy was dead. That's how fucked up this guy was. I mean, all his teeth had rotted out. And I said, this man gonna die soon. This man gonna die soon. All he buy is calcium carbonate. This man gonna die soon. All his teeth was rotted out. And when he came in the store today, he had brand new pearly white teeth. And I was like, Jesus fucking Christ. I mean, this man looked like he just got some chiclets and glued that shit on top of his fucking teeth. "Do you remember me, T?" I'm like, "Bitch, nobody's forgotten your fucking ass. Get the fuck out of here. Fucking Momo." I'm telling you, man, if people only knew how close to an ass whooping they were, I think they would behave differently, you know? And I'm not even good at giving out ass whoopings. I know people who give out some real good ass whoopings, okay? No clue. I was just like, God damn, you suck. Oh, man, that was just an extravaganza of crazy customers. I could not hang. I had to take a nice 15-minute break to get the fuck away from the weirdos. And speaking of weirdos, it's time for some current events. Alabama woman shot her husband because he was annoying. I wonder if her husband was the guy who bought the fucking 20 dick pills today. Jesus Christ. I mean, I was just like, what is wrong with this guy? What are you yelling at me about? If I was a new customer, I wouldn't know where you're going with my stuff. Luckily, I've done this 100 times. I'm like, well, if you've done this 100 times, then why are you opening your mouth? Take your dick pills and ride out, Jack. Get the fuck out of here. Please take all of them tonight. Don't come back. God, do you have to be a piece of shit? Why? Why do you have to be a piece of shit to people who are providing you with a service? Why can't you be a nice guy? Why can't you be a decent fucking human being? I never raise my voice in there. Unless you get crazy with me, I never raise my voice. I behave myself. And when shit really hits the fan, I will do my best to get away from you. Okay, this motherfucker was like following me. Tell me some dumbass shit. Unbelievable. And speaking of dumbass, finally, we got him. Chud the Builder is looking at 60 years in jail, which is crazy, for a shootout in the courthouse. And so I don't know if you remember a couple of podcasts ago, we was talking about Chud the Builder and how this man was getting views for clout. And basically what he was doing was going around, white guy, going around up to black people and asking if they believe in freedom of speech, going up to black people and asking them if they believe in freedom of speech. And if they do, he should be able to say the N-word. And obviously, that's hurtful to people. And, most black people do not like that. Okay? And so when he would be live streaming and going up to black people and and saying, if you believe in free speech, then I can say the N-word, saying it in a derogatory way. Obviously, these black people would then, want to fight. And so Chud would either pull out mace or something, to fight back. Okay. He's like, don't take another step. I'm going to spray you, and he would mace people. Okay. And obviously he had a gun on him. So this time, for some reason, he thought it would be a good idea to do his little goofy ass freedom of speech bit at a courthouse, at a federal courthouse. So outside of a federal courthouse, he was asking black people if they believe in free speech. And if so, he should have the right to say the N-word. So he must have pissed somebody off. I don't know what happened. I'm going to assume so. And Chud pulled out his gun and shot somebody. And because Chud the Builder is such a jackass, he actually shot himself. So he shot himself and shot somebody else at the courthouse in Tennessee. Luckily, a off-duty bail bondsman tackled his ass down, and they arrested him. And because they're getting him for attempted murder and shooting at a federal building, on the property, he's looking at 60 years. 60 fucking years. So how do you feel, my guy, Chud the Builder? How does it feel to be such a jackass that you are willing to do anything for clicks? Now you're going to go to jail, and a bunch of black dudes with big ass Diacks are going to clap that ass. They going to clap that ass, Jack. Oh my God. You're going to get clicked in the jail, my G. Was it worth it? Was it worth it? Come on, man. This guy had a wife and a kid. It's like, come on, dog. Even white supremacists came out and spoke against Chud the Builder. They're like, look, we don't like black people either, but we not going out of our way to tell black people we don't like them. Y'all already know we don't like black people. But they did not, they explicitly was like, yo, we ain't down with Chud the Builder. So, I mean, obviously when he goes to jail, he can, link up with the Aryan Brotherhood. But I promise you, this dude is going to get buck fucked by the biggest black dude in the cell, Bubba Ray Dudley or Debo. Somebody is going to clap them cheeks, Jack, and it's going to be painful if he makes it out of jail alive. Because word gets around that you the guy, you the streamer who would do anything for views, and one of them was piss off black people all the time and record it. So now you're going to get it. See you later, Chud the Builder. I wish I never heard about you, but, this is a lesson to anyone out there who thinks it's cool for clout, to get clicks for clout. Hey, look at my man Chud. He's staring the face of 60 years in jail. And even if he doesn't get 60, let's say they give him 30 because it's the attempted murder and the ruckus on federal property. That man, there's no way that man, Google image search Chud the Builder. There is no way that man will survive 30 years in jail. He a little bitch. I promise you. We got no UFC this week, but we can talk about the Netflix fights. Most valuable productions, Mr. Jake Paul, Ronda Rousey, and Gina Carano. I was going to say Gina Gershon. She's so hot. Both of them are hot. Anyhow, when this was announced, I had zero intention of watching it because I knew it was a scam from the jump. But as I got closer, I got intrigued. Curiosity killed the cat, literally. So I had my mom watch the fight so she could tell me some of them about it because I had terrible reception at the Duck Center, at the Honda Center. So I knew I was going to be behind. So I had my mom watch it and tell me some things, and then I went back and watched some highlights and such. And, I did see everything else from 3 o'clock until Ronda, before my internet went out. And basically, it seemed like it was rigged. They just found old, washed-up UFC fighters and put them in there and let, them get their ass beat. The Francis Ngannou fight seemed rigged. I think he gave him $100,000 because he said he felt bad for knocking him out. I mean, come on. Gave him 100 bands just to take a fall. But the most egregious thing by far was the match between Ronda Rousey and Gina Carano. You know, initially I had heard the news that, or I didn't hear it till later, that Miss Gina Carano was 100 pounds overweight. And so this fight got her back in shape. And I like that part of the story. But what I don't like is that, Ronda Rousey proposed this fight so she could get a win, so she could retire on a win. Girl, you beat somebody who hadn't fought in 15 fucking years, who lost 100 pounds. Girl, bye. Terrible. Just terrible. And so, with all of the years that Gina has been doing mixed martial arts, her family owns Caesar Palace. Her husband is like a 4-time or 6-time Muay Thai champion. Of all those years, you mean to tell me you never practiced not one jujitsu? Not one jujitsu class. Listen, we already know this bitch can't strike. We already know Ronda's hands are sus. And when I saw her shadowboxing during the press conference, I went, Jesus fucking Christ. This bitch still doesn't have hands. Lord help her. If she goes somewhere and she don't have security or some shit, Lord help her, because she gonna get her ass knocked out again. Ronda Rousey, 0 hands, 0.0 hands, okay? We know she's a judo champion, Olympic champion, God bless you. But, you gotta get your hands on somebody. But anyhow, so I had a feeling from the jump that Ronda would just, once she got her hands on her, the fight was over, and that is exactly what happened. And I guess I thought Gina would put up more of a fight. The 17-second armbar that Ronda got her in was just laughable. I mean, she turned the wrong way. She didn't even attempt to turn the right way. She turned the wrong way, which told me this bitch threw the fight. This bitch threw the fight for money. She got the money. She got the check. She lost 100 pounds. God bless you. Good for you. I don't ever want to see this bitch again. Okay, she's hot, but I don't ever want to see this bitch again. It's just embarrassing. You can't come from a rich family. Your family owns Caesar's Palace. You mean to tell me nobody in Caesar's Palace knows jujitsu? Nobody at your husband's gym, CSA, Combat Sports Academy in Dublin, California. They don't know no jujitsu there? Everything's striking? Nobody knows jujitsu? Gina, call me. I would have given you lessons in my garage. She could have taken lessons from me and gotten out of that armbar. I promise you. If you would have given me 6 months with Gina Carano, I'll get her out of that armbar. Because we know it's coming. That's all Ronda got. She don't got no leg locks. She ain't got no RNC. It's all armbar. So just the fact that she turned the wrong way and just made the armbar worse, she helped Ronda out. I was like, oh, bitch. This is fucking rigged. This whole card's fucking rigged. I don't ever want to see those two fight again. Get away from me. And then, of course, Ronda go, oh, I'm going to retire. I want to have babies. I want to retire. Girl, you was retired. Holly Holm retired you. And then Amanda Nunes retired you. You stay gone. And then she talking about beefing with Kayla Harrison. Kayla Harrison is a gold medalist, judo gold medalist. She would stomp Ronda's ass out. She'll stomp her out. She trying to start mess with her. I'm like, man, go fuck yourself. As for MVP Productions, Jake Paul's little boxing promotion or whatever the fuck this is, it's trash. It's rigged. No thank you. I don't ever want to see that again. They're talking about getting some other washed up UFC fighters and having them fight. No thank you. God bless you, but it's a no for me. If you were one of the millions of people who watched that and thought that those fights were real, I am so sorry. You just had people taking a fall for no reason, taking an ass whooping for no reason. It's like, yo, you're making millions of dollars to lose. Call me. I will lose for you. And take the money. If that's what this is about, cut me a check. I'll take a punch from Rondé Arouse Me. I'll let that bitch armbar me for $100 million. Come on. What a waste of time. What a waste. Just unbelievable. I hope everybody that fought this weekend on the Netflix card never fights again. I don't ever want to see these people in the ring again. They are terrible. Except maybe Mike Perry. Mike Perry might be the only legitimate one. And Robles Dipsanye. I don't want to see Nate Diaz fight again. He a bitch. He's done. I don't want to see Rondé Arouse Me fight. Gina. I don't want to see JDS. I don't want to see Francis fight. I don't want to see Philippe Lins. None of these fucking people. Never again. Leave me the hell alone. If there's another MVP card and you're going to call me and ask me about it, lose my number. The answer is no. And at one point, my friend wanted to go there and watch. I'm like, get the fuck out of here. I ain't paying money to go watch that trash. Get the fuck out of here. Ice skating was better than that fight card. Come on, son. All right. That's going to do it for me, folks. Thank you so much for tuning in. Please like, share, and subscribe to Rambo Radio, RamboRadio.com. If you are interested in booking personal jiu-jitsu lessons or Muay Thai coaching with me, please go to GenT523 or T@TCCGen. And I have my coaching schedule there. I post, the link is there. Yeah, I think that's going to be it. That's going to do it for me, folks. No UFC this week. I am terribly heartbroken. So, no UFC. I didn't get the holiday off, so that means I'm not going to get my jiu-jitsu. I am crushed. But we will find a way, because I always do. We will find a way, folks. But in the meantime, if you get a chance, like, share, and subscribe to this podcast. Tell a friend, but only if they're cool, of course. Gen TTV, YouTube. Like, share, and subscribe. And I will talk to y'all next week. But until next time, this is Rambo Radio. I'm out. Peace.
Hit that ball.
Rambo Radio with your host, Gen T.
It must be the ass.
Yeah, fucking Jen is a warlord.